Hello, hello, hello. This is Gresh from the I Am CEO podcast, and we just had a phenomenal recording with Deborah Myers of VirtuArte, and she's doing so many phenomenal things, but I wanted to kind of have this bonus opportunity because what she does is so timely, and actually Deborah and I connected because I was the winner of a contest that she had, and she actually purchased lunch so that she can support local businesses, but at the same time had it as an opportunity for us to connect, and now, we've been to each other's networking groups and done so many awesome things, so it's great to have you on the podcast. Great to have you on the show, and really love to hear all the things that you're doing to help out organizations and businesses.
Well, thank you, Gresh, for having me back. I have enjoyed our relationship as we continue to cultivate it, and as you can see from my tagline, cultivating your connections is a critical thing right now. I'm telling my clients and other businesses that this is really the perfect time to go back and reconnect with or stay connected with your current clients. Even though some of them may not be doing any business right now, I can guarantee you that as more and more states start thinking about reopening, all of these businesses are going to start thinking about, okay, what are the things that they need? And the companies that they're going to reach out to are the ones that are up top of mind. So we really work with businesses to keep them top of mind of their VIP or their top clients.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. And I think when we first connected, that was what came to mind because I had, and I have them like sitting right here where certain books about when economies kind of have downturns and things like that. And sometimes we think that we should retreat, whether it be marketing or developing those connections. But in reality, you have to do it so much more, which is why I love kind of like the perspective that you have for one to be able to see how to do it, but do it in such a creative way so that you can keep your company or organization top of mind when your clients are thinking about them?
Well, yeah. So I work with clients as I'm what I call myself as a client appreciation strategist. Mm-hmm. So I work with companies to really help them, cultivate those relationships that will lead to more referrals, repeat business, and ultimately generate more revenue. But it's all focused on the current clients versus client acquisition. Now, new clients are important for any business, but if you really think about the amount of money that people spend acquiring a client and establishing that know, like, and trust, and then not cultivating it and continuing that relationship, it's really it's too bad, because we all spend so much time and effort in trying to get that first sale, but it's really cultivating it then, as I keep saying cultivating, but it's really connecting, staying connected, because those people have already purchased your service or your product. So why wouldn't you continue to get them to continue to be a client, which then ultimately leads to customer loyalty. They can become advocates for your brand. And that's really what you want, because it's word of mouth and it's the testimonials of your clients or customers that other potential clients and customers value. So you use them to market, their experiences with you, and then they help to bring in the new clients, and you're spending less than on client acquisition, and yet you're growing and you're increasing your business in a completely different way.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. And I think that there's a regular business question. Does it cost more to acquire a new client or to keep an existing client? And it's always to keep that existing client. And that's why, I love everything that you're doing, because it's, so timely and so necessary, because I think, as you said, when you really deepen the relationship, deepen the connection with your clients, deepen the value that you're giving to them, they become those raving fans. So it can lead into more and more opportunities because you've done such a great job. You developed such a great relationship, and it's definitely, taking, a different step from there. So I know that there's people that are listening to this and maybe don't know exactly how to go about, figuring out what might be a good gift or a good client appreciation, gift to give them. What would you give? What advice would you give related to that? And if you have some examples as well too, that'd be phenomenal.
So I call them client appreciation gestures, because it's again, you're doing something to show your client how much you value them and appreciate their business. So it can be, there's really a whole range of things that people can do, and it doesn't have to be expensive. That people, first thing they say, oh, I can't do that because it's too expensive. So you can do personalized emails. And what I mean by personalized is that when you send the email, that you reference something about that person in the opening paragraph, whether you've just met them, how you met them, or that they went, that they recently told you about a book or a movie or something, but get personal, reference that in the beginning, so that then again they feel at least you took time in essence to write that. You can do handwritten notes. I can't tell you how many of my clients we've done handwritten cards for, and the response that they get back, because people don't get handwritten things in the mail anymore. And then on top of that, we make sure to hand address the envelopes, because I think that whatever impact you are going to make with that handwritten note, if you just put a sticker on it, a label, that kind of diminishes the impact. Mm-hmm. You can do, as you and I did, so right now face-to-face meetings are not happening, but we did a Zoom lunch, and as you said, I purchased lunch from a local restaurant that was near your home and had it delivered, and then you and I logged on here to Zoom, and that's how we first met, and that's how we've started our business relationship. So you can do those kinds. You can do a happy hour. A lot of people are doing happy hours. You can, if you're concerned, you can send a gift. And there's, complete ranges of gifts that you can give. You can do virtual gifts right now, because some of my clients have said, well, my clients aren't at their business and I don't know their home address. Well, you can send a 1 month or a 3 month subscription to audible.com. You could send an online subscription to one of the magazines or newspapers that they're interested in or is a favorite of theirs. You can, of course, send there's another site right now that I found that's called Masterclass, and you can send a subscription to that, and the person can go online, and they have people like Anna Winter does a masterclass, or Doris Kearns Goodwin does a masterclass on all kinds of topics. So there's those virtual type of gifts. Now, the thing that I say, whether, as I said earlier about the email, is to personalize it and to make it something that's meaningful to the person that you're going to give it to. That's critical in terms of having the biggest impact, because sometimes people, when they do gifts, they think about, oh, what would I like to get, and then they turn around and get that for the person. So to really, as I said, cultivate the relationship, get to know your clients, find out what they like, what they don't like, what they're reading, and then use that information to find that gesture that will be meaningful to them. I'll give you an example. I have a client who I found out is a huge Star Wars fan. And I was on another Zoom call, and one of the people that was on the call had a Star Wars virtual background. And I said, where did you get that? And they said, oh, there's a link. I'll send it to you. So they sent me the link. And then I turned around and sent an email to my client saying, I remember that you're a huge Star Wars fan, and you may want to change your virtual backgrounds once in a while, and you might want to use one of these. And he came back and he was just like, oh my God, thank you so much. I just love these. And I know that every single time he uses one of those, he's going to be thinking of me. And that cost me nothing, but it was memorable and it was something that that was personal to him. And that's the key. So as I say to people, you can have huge impacts and you don't have to spend a lot of money, but you will be top of mind with your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I usually say visibility is kind of the name of the game. And I think when you have that opportunity, as you said, to send somebody a virtual background or something they've been looking for, they've been looking for, or maybe not even looking for, you just showed that you actually listen and you were thinking of them. And that's why
Right.
I see why you call it gestures instead of, gifts, because I think that is a step that you've taken to strengthen that relationship and be top of mind to that person and have that visibility around them every time they use that virtual background. And those things can manifest itself in so many different ways. So that's why I
Right.
love, all the advice that you give, but I love that you do it as well, to kind of help those people that may not be as great at giving those gestures are able to kind of figure out how best to do that.
So yeah, so that one of the service that VirtuArte provides is that we will work with a company or a business and talk to them about which clients they want to put in a client appreciation strategy, because it's not for all your clients. These are really the people that are, as I say, your VIP clients, or however you define VIP, however the business does, or clients that have been doing business with you, but you would like them to become, VIP clients. So we talk to them about who. We talk to them about how many times in a 12-month period of time would you like to do it. And there's no right or wrong number. The key to that is just being consistent.
Mhm.
So if you decide, and you don't have to do the same number for every client. You can say, okay, this client I want to do 3, but this client I only want to do 2. So we talk about that, and then we talk about the kinds of things that they want to do. And as I said, there's a whole array of things that can be done. And then we plot it on a calendar so that the company or the business knows exactly who is going to be in the program, how many times in that 12-month period of time, and when it's going to happen, and then what is going to happen. And the business, so at the end of that session, we give the business the calendar, and then they can take it and implement it, or as some of our clients have done, they ask us to implement it. So then we will, throughout that year, we will work with them and let them know, like if it is going to be a gift, then we will send options, because for them to choose, and options within their price point, and for them to choose, and then we'll take it, wrap it, and ship it for them. If it's going to be a card, then we'll write the card and make sure it gets sent, during the month that they decide that that's when they want. Now, if they decide that they want to do like a Zoom lunch like you and I did, then we'll set it all up, in terms of the restaurant, and find out where, that we want to order from. And then we'll just send that all to our client, and then they can, they take it the day of. So we will help, as I said, we will help and implement that. And then at the end, we just let the client know that it has, that it's been done. And so that when they receive the phone call, they're not surprised, going, oh, I forgot that we were going to do
Yeah.
that. So yesterday, I just received an email from a client whom we sent some gifts for her, and she forwarded to me an email that she received from one of her clients, and thanking her for the gift. She decided to do gifts, and thanking her for the gift, and that he really, every time somebody walks into his office, they ask about it. And he said, and every time I look at it, I will think of you and your business. And that is the impact that you want your gift to have, is that every time it's being looked at or used, it brings you and your company top of mind, without being salesy, without being promotional, without, that person feeling like they're a walking advertisement for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I used the quote a few times. I might have even used it when we were recording as well, too, is that, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And I think when you have that opportunity to really show that and have that be, top of mind, as we, been saying, it goes so much farther than sometimes we can anticipate. So definitely appreciate you for giving us so much valuable information. Appreciate you for the podcast. And for people that might be just listening to this aspect, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you and get in touch with you and find out how they can take their connections to an entirely different level?
So they can contact me by email, and my email address is dmyers@VirtuArte, VirtuArte.com, or they can call me at area code 202-297-9524.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Deborah. Truly appreciate your time and all the valuable insight and information you gave to us today. We will have that information as well in the show notes so that everybody can follow up with you and connect as well there. But thank you so much again, my friend, and I hope you have a phenomenal rest of the day.
Same to you. Thank you.